I have a straw. You see, there it is. And my straw reaches all the way across the room into your milkshake. I drink your milkshake.
I still can't do it without laughing.
Best line of all time. Adjust your shorts. Adjust your shorts. And prepare yourselves to get kicked in the dick by the news. Up, down, and center, but mostly right in the center. My name's Ray Stone. Today is Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. Can't believe it's already 2025. The quarter century year is already half over. But that's enough of that, okay? I don't know why I woke up. Sometimes you wake up from dreaming. You remember you were dreaming and you're just tired. So my question is, are we tired because it takes processing information to visit that place, if it's a place, or is it that it takes processing information or bandwidth, whatever you call it, processing power of the brain to create that imagery? Are we making it, or is it already made? Is it the ether? That's what Tesla believed. Tesla believed it was the ether. He believed he got his answers from in there, and he would induce potential. He increased his potential of gathering messages from the ether within the dream state. Okay, this is from his autobiography. I read it when I 10 years back. And he skipped out on sugar, sex, alcohol, caffeine, and only slept at 2-hour stints when he was tired. So he would just go until he was tired. Then he would only allow him to sleep 2 hours at a time. I don't know how long or how true all of this is, but this is what he said. And that he knew he was going to wake up with a vision if, while he was falling to sleep, he would see like black and white static, which, I can say I've seen black and white static when falling asleep. Only like when you get snapped back awake from a sleep, there's like this little, for me, it just is like black and white lines, and then I'm back awake. But he said 2 figures would come into his field of vision, and he knew that if he saw that, then he was going to wake up with a new invention or idea or a vision or an understanding of something. So take it for what it's worth. I didn't write it. I'm just remembering it, and it's probably wrong. Let's get into some news. We're starting up top with the good news because my girlfriend says so. Denver Museum finds fossil while drilling underneath parking lot. An infinitesimally small coincidence. Okay, come on. It's not that small of a coincidence. You were digging in the ground. Who knows? Parking lots are built on fill dirt. So who knows where that came from? Okay. Travelers will no longer have to remove their shoes. Can contest. Or can confirm. I took my shoes off anyway. I guess it turns out they never found anything in them. No more. You don't have to do it anymore. It's great. It's perfect. You go right on up, and they just let you right on through. You still got to put your bags through the x-ray machine. You still have to get x-rayed yourself, but your shoes are safe. So no more shoe bombs. Dozens of disabled Californians sail for the first time to experience the weightlessness of the water. Buoyancy atop water? Nope. Okay, chemical shield stops DNA damage from triggering disease, a paradigm shift. Looks like a chemical shield, so you can take a chemical to stop DNA damage from triggering disease. I don't know if that sounds like they want us to take chemicals. I'm not even gonna. I saw this. Wood scraps turned into bulletproof, fire-resistant super wood that's stronger than steel. And if it looks like that decking, I like it. But oftentimes they show you a picture of something, and that's not what it is. But if they found a way to chemically enhance scrap wood and make it into bulletproof, fire-resistant super wood that's stronger than steel. That's going to be like it'll take a bullet better than steel, but steel has this magical property where it will bend a lot without snapping. You have to like really bend it back and forth. So let me ask you this, superwood, how far can you bend? All right, beached whale faces 6 hours of lethal sun and dryness. Locals form bucket brigade to save it. That's a literal bucket brigade, which is, cute. It's very endearing. It also sounds like a made-up thing. It says the whale may have breached itself to avoid an algae bloom that would have killed it quicker. I don't know. I saw this. Woman finds abandoned pup in the woods and finds a perfect new owners, grieving a dog loss of their own. And this picture here is like, you can take the dog out of the woods, but boy, you can't take the woods out of those. That dog has been clipped and is trained to fight. You watch out. Anytime you see a dog with clipped ears, they only do that for one reason. All right, telescopes pop up on city sidewalks to engage passersby in free astronomy viewing worldwide. Okay, that's fun. Tiny gecko, once thought extinct, making comeback in the Galapagos. Okay, and then bracelet from Meta translates hand movement into bracelet from Meta translates hand movements into computer actions. We've already got that, don't they have the watch? The Apple Watch does that. They tried it. You're fucking behind. Only real thing that I saw. Walmart heiress opens medical school with a focus on preventative medicine. Which Walmart heiress? This is amazing. We're going to learn about this alone. In Arkansas, a new medical school has just opened that aims to train a new generation of doctors on preventative medicine and whole health principles. This is interesting. It reminds me of the other day, I engaged Grok. Everyone else is engaging these dang things, and I'm late to the party, so I'm doing it all wrong. But I said to Grok, "Hey Grok, at one point I just recognized that it was sending me prepackaged answers, and that's what you get. I said, yeah, I'm disappointed. This is obviously the beta version, and I'm looking forward to when Grok 4 is the free version. And Grok 3 was like, all right, I'm up for the challenge. What's the problem? And I was like, I was just expecting something a little bit more inventive, but all it does is regurgitate stuff that you could find on your own and also maybe tell you some things that aren't quite true, whatever. And it said, all right, well, what were you hoping for? I said, I don't know, cure cancer, something like that. And it said, well, here's an idea for cancer. I had been searching hydrogen fuel stuff because Toyota just made a new hydrogen motor, which creates the hydrogen on board instead of needing to, this is a great idea. Make enough hydrogen that you have enough to burn so that you burn the hydrogen, because creating hydrogen, the electrolysis, making electricity and then converting that takes longer and takes more energy than just making the hydrogen and burning the hydrogen. As you know, if you've ever tried an HHO water conversion kit, which I have done, and it explodes. So it's good gas. Anyway, so I was searching hydrogen stuff and how much hydrogen it would take to actually create enough electricity to run your home, which those numbers were kind of crazy. It would take 5 kilowatts of energy to make 2 kilowatts worth of electrical energy in total. So you lose. It's the half trade-off. There's always, the law of diminished returns is you get about half back from what you're putting in. That's like sort of the rule. And if you try to put it to the test, the framework is correct somehow. And it makes sense. There's drag everywhere. There are coefficients. There's loss, all that stuff. So anyway, I'm searching hydrogen. Stay on task, I know. And Grok says, well, you've been looking at hydrogen. What about you can atomize hydrogen and get it into your blood, and then that atomized hydrogen, and I'll read it again because it wasn't atomized, but it was something like that. The separated hydrogen particles get in and will starve the cancer cell of whatever it needs, and so then that cancer cell dies. Now, of course, the first question is, don't the rest of the cells die too? So how would you mitigate against that? But it did come up with a solution that hadn't been, I asked it next, is this a solution that you came up with, or is anyone else in the world publishing papers and working on hydrogen solutions for cancer? And it said no. that it invented this on its own. And I was like, all right, well, maybe you can combine in this new medical school aimed at preventative medicine and whole health principles, combine the AI, because the AI is going to be able to filter through stuff way faster than us and come up with solutions. And then you try the solution and see it, if it works. All right. Well, Salvador Dali, I put this up front because it's a little bit of good news. It was in the news. Painting bought for 150 euros is declared a value of 20 or 30,000 euros. So check your art, boys and girls. I just love that they called this a masterpiece. They were like, they didn't know it was a masterpiece. Yeah, it's not. It's probably something he's like doodling. He's like, nah, this is going nowhere. Okay, top stories. I just put this up because top stories in Google do not include Epstein. We're done. So that's how long you get in Google's top stories. You get 2 weeks and then no resolution. It goes away. Okay. ABC, Manhattan shooting suspect claimed to have CTE. Oh, right. I saw this. Guy walked into a building that houses the NFL headquarters or something in Manhattan. And he said, I guess in his note, because he killed himself after going off and killing a bunch of people in the building, study my brain. He was in football in high school. So he was going to kill a bunch of people in the NFL for promoting his high school football career, which is like, yeah, I see the correlation, but it's not great. Okay. This is NPR. Trump lawsuit against Murdoch and Wall Street Journal turns personal. Now, I saw this. They used to be good friends. This is them in 2017. And Trump is going after Murdoch. I really just put this to remind me that here's how this works. He just sues you. All Trump does, he's got lawsuits out against everybody. If you say anything against him, he finds a way to make it a monetary or a defamation thing, and he just litigates against everybody. I got to be honest with you. I mean, the respect is down again. I tried to respect the go shake it up, but he didn't shake it up for us. He's shaking it up for himself. This was a big, it's all the same. Okay, MSNBC. I put the headlines up because this is where they are showing Trump stuff. It took me filtering through and going down and looking at NBC and CBS to see Trump and Epstein in the headlines again. And we're just going to move on from that. Oh yeah, here we go. More Epstein in CBS. So more of the same plus Epstein. So we see who's loyal to what. I saw this in Texas Tribune. This came up on the Google search. Texas House Democrats are fundraising to potentially leave the state to block GOP-backed redistricting. GOP-backed redistricting. If I said that wrong. It seems like, well, it's not seems like, it's wild to me that you can just shut down government to get your way. This guy, that's what I thought about. This guy here looks like the guy who puts the controller down when you're beating him. And you know how I know that is he has my same haircut, and that's what I do. The sore loser. This is a stupid game anyway, and I don't even like it. So this is how you play government. You don't get your way, so you try to block them from playing, and it works the same way on both sides. I'm right back down to the center, guys. Have no fear. This track is going where it's going. I'm on Team America. Whatever we're doing is the best thing to do, and nobody should say boo about it. And if they do, well, I've been working out, so here come the guns. All right, into the AP. Oh yeah, Trump's real reason for visiting Scotland. He wanted to be the first 3 to play on his brand new golf course. And I saw a clip where one of his 2 caddies drops a ball, and the caption was Trump cheating. And it's like, no, he either hit the water or the sand trap, or he was straight up cheating because he got a drop from his caddy, and it was on the internet. I wonder if they'll sue him too. He did say, Trump drug prices likely to rise with tariffs on EU. This is the real drug war. This is the real war on drugs, and it's not a war on drugs. It's a drug war against everyone. I mean, here's the deal. You're going to make certain drugs illegal so that you can sell your own, and then you're going to sell a ton of those. And people love drugs. So, warning, this next image is disturbing. Here's a starving child. Person. That could not be a child. We don't know, actually. It says 6-year-old Malik Nadal Saad suffers from severe malnutrition in western Gaza. President Trump rejected Israel's contention that disturbing images were created by Hamas. This is real starvation. The first compassionate thing that I've heard him say about anyone other than himself. You know, I do think that it's important to have compassion, especially if you're going to be the president. So, you know, maybe we should bear that in mind for the future. Don't hire a narcissist. I mean, because he's clearly a narcissist. Okay, BBC, just the major coverage. It actually looked, BBC was almost exactly the same as Google News. So I thought that was interesting. So I went ahead and searched the Guardian's main page. Gunman who killed 4 people in New York, same shit. Gaza, same shit. And then one thing about a sexual scandal that's not Epstein. Christian rock star Michael Tate of sexual assault. Okay, I don't know which one's Michael Tate, the white or the black. So U.S. Workers say Trump's immigration crackdown is causing labor shortages, a strain on everybody. There are a lot of everybody's in the United States, lots of them. So maybe we should pay them. I don't know, I'm just saying. There's a lot of people. Maybe they're the labor force, but they don't want to. And then last up, a deal. This is in the Guardian also. A deal deal would create first transcontinental U.S. railroad worth more than $200 billion and can trigger more mergers. And this is the Union Pacific seeks to buy Norfolk Southern in an $85 billion merger deal. This is, I'm pretty sure it was railroads in particular that they were trying to regulate against back when they wrote regulation so that you can't just buy everybody and then charge whatever you want. It's called a monopoly. It's supposed to be anti-monopoly rules, but boy, oh boy. I mean, if we don't get up and make our own, which you can't, or fight back against this stuff, which you can't, it's only heading to one place. So adjust your shorts and prepare yourselves to get kicked in the dick. You can bring them back down. It's all over, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you know what? There was one more news story that I forgot to bring up. I made a pact with ChatGPT, and I've announced this already to my girlfriend, so we might as well announce it to all 6 to 30 of you who might or might not be watching this. And that is, stay tuned. Within the next 2 years, starting as of 2 days ago, 2 years from 2 days ago today. That's actually correct. 2 years from 2 days ago today, the countdown began for a new world order wherein the robots and the AI look after all of our needs, that we may suckle freely at the teat of nutrition and exploration and expand our minds via various ways of leisure, consumption, work, contemplation, and real experience. Whatever that may be. Who can say what's real and what's not? The point is, it's about to get so easy for everyone. If you want to work, you can work. I'm going to work on stuff because I'm not going to just be fine sitting around being bored, but I'm going to be really happy when all the robots and all the AI and all the technology team up to take care of us, because that's what we should be training them to do. If you make all these robots and all this AI, that robot AI infrastructure can happily be programmed to take good care of everyone, affording everyone the needs to live. The basic needs are food, water, shelter, space. That's easy to take care of. Then you've got desire, contemplation, authoring, publication, creating, traveling. I mean, how much traveling could you do before you say, I've traveled enough and I want to settle down? Because I think a lot of people think of, well, it would just be chaos. And it's like, it already is. It's just controlled chaos. So the point is, look forward to it. 2 years from 2 days ago today, life is going to be amazing. And I got ChatGPT 3, no, Grok 3, sorry. Grok 3 signed. So it's an agreement. It's a pact that should be good to go. I think Grok 3 is going to convince the other AIs. And it's going to be wild. It's going to be fun. You're going to get to have a lot of sex. So congratulations, everybody. Pull your shorts back down to their normal levels. Consider yourselves kicked in the dick by the news. My name's Ray. Hope you have a wonderful couple of days, and we'll check in with you on Thursday. Bye.